reason we're able to book 500 demos every single month is because we actually take care of our cold email infrastructure. And we do that by plugging all email mailboxes into Warmforge, which is basically warm-up pool of emails sending and reading email between each other, right? So in this video, I want to showcase and explain what Warmforge is, how it works, as well as show you how to set it up to keep your domain's health at the tippy top, keep your mailbox's reputation high, so you could keep sending cold outreach without any deliverability issues. So what is Warmforge? Warmforge is basically like a group of people sending and reading emails between each other, right? Now, of course, it's not a group of people, it's all automated, but what it does is makes you not appear as a bot. You warm up your mailboxes and it looks like real human behavior, right? Your mailboxes will send out some messages, will read some messages, will open some emails, right? Reply to some emails. And this is a crucial step if you want to be sending cold emails that actually land in the primary mailbox and get opened and, of course, replied to. So the reason we're using Warmforge is because it actually gives you premium warm-up pools. There are other services of doing warm-up. Those are not that great because they're using pools with domains like sex.com, lust.com, and that's what you end up associating your business with, and we don't want to do that. So that's why we choose Warmforge. Now, using Warmforge is super simple. You sign up and you'll be able to add a mailbox. Here you can add mailboxes from PrimeForge, from your Google Workspace account, Office 365, or IMAP and SMTP. If you use InfoForge or MailForge to set up your infrastructure, if you don't know how, check out my other videos, I'll link it down below. Or if you use any other email service provider or cold email infrastructure setup provider, you would use this one, or you just upload a CSV to connect all of your mailboxes. This way, once you connect your mailboxes, you can turn on Warmup. Again, what Warmup will do is send out emails, read emails, and do everything to keep your mailbox reputation high. Now, you should keep on Warmup for as long as you're sending cold emails. It should first start off with a 2-week warm-up phase before you send out anything, and then you start doing outreach. But while you're doing outreach, you should always keep the warm-up on. This way, the reputation of your mailbox stays up. First, you'll see heat score being low, starting at 0, which will increase to 100 after 14 days. Now, the beauty of Warmforge, what it allows you to do is monitor all issues or lack of them in one place. And you do that just by checking the heat score, by checking how many warm-up emails were sent, replied to, on spam today, which is another feature that keeps your reputation high, is an unspam feature, which is if your email goes to spam, other mailboxes in the warm-up pool will check them as not spam. So basically Gmail and Microsoft 365 get a thumbs up saying that your emails are not spam. You also will see SPF, DKM, and DMARC. These are DNS records that should be set up if you're doing cold email. Those are set up automatically if you use InfoForge, PrimeForge, or MailForge. If not, you should set them up. Now, once you click on a mailbox, you'll see a couple of things. You'll see how many warm-up emails were sent. You'll see your heat score. You need at least 85 to start doing cold outreach. And you'll see the initial warm-up phase. If it's done, you'll see health checks, which we'll go to in a second. You'll see that you can pause warm-up, save changes, and close. Now, health checks basically shows how long you've been warming your account. It shows everything you need to have in place to send out cold emails following the best deliverability practices and to get the best results. So you'll see your domain, DNS records. You'll see also if your domain is in any blacklist. Now, Warmforge highlights which blacklist is significant. So if you're in Barracuda or Spamhaus, you should just go ahead and create new mailboxes. If you're in any other that are not major ones, you can still keep sending out cold outreach, but ideally you should not be in any domain blacklists. How you end up on them is basically sending out cold emails to spam traps or blacklist mailboxes, right? So to not do that, use email validation every time before sending out cold emails. Now, you'll also see an option like settings. Here you can, of course, change the first name and last name of the mailbox, change warm-up volume, probably no need to do that ever, right? And then you'll see signature. Here you can add a signature to get better results, because if you mention your company, your location, the emails do not look as spammy to email service providers. If you want to add bulk updates, just select all the mailboxes you want to bulk update. Now, this is exactly how you manage and monitor the health of all of your mailboxes, but that's not it. If you want to see exactly how well your mailboxes are performing, you can run a placement test. test. What placement test does, it sends an email to multiple Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace mailboxes to see if you land in the spam folder or if you land in the primary inbox. And running these tests are super simple. You click add test, you select the mailboxes you want to run in this test. So ideally you would select all the ones you have or all the ones you want to test. Click save and next. Here you add your copy. Ideally add the copy you would send to your prospect, because if you send a different one, it might not have spam words, it might not have syntax errors, whatever. So best to test with your real copy. If you don't have one, just generate a random email to see how it goes. Add a test and the placement test will begin. Once it's done, you'll be able to see if you landed in spam, if you landed in inbox, or if your email went missing. It's basically not sure where it is, right? Ideally, you want all of your emails ending up in the primary inbox. If that's not the case, you either need to edit your copy or increase the reputation of your mailboxes, which means keeping up in the warm-up, eliminating any domain blacklists, or setting up new domains. Now for email copy, the best practice is to use a lot of syntax, eliminate any spam words in the copy, keeping it short and simple. But if you don't want to do any of that and it seems like too much work, I suggest you just use AI personalization built into Salesforge, because it writes unique email for each prospect following the best practices, and it actually writes it based on information about the prospect from their website and their LinkedIn profile, as well as information about your product. So the pitch is actually relevant. As we can see, the test went phenomenal. All of the mailboxes, all of the emails hit the primary mailbox. So we are actually good to go. This is what you should be aiming for. Now, if you warm up your mailboxes and domains correctly, you might still be going to spam if you're not doing cold outreach correctly and you're not using the right software. That's why I suggest you take a look at our channel to learn how to source leads, how to reach out to them following the best practices, so you could copy the exact framework we use to book over 500 demos every single month. I'll leave all the tools linked down in the description below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. It was me, Sam. Have a good one and peace.